I'm kind of nervous being in front of camera.
You a natural. Because, you know, it is fun to wing it, and oftentimes those conversations are the best, but, like, sometimes you say the dumbest shit, or you
I've done both. Like, yeah. I've had, like, podcast interviews where they're like, I'm not going to show you the questions beforehand and just wing it. And I've had other ones where they're like, here's the 60 questions I'm going to ask in order. I'm like,
questions. Yeah, thanks, man. Well, we do things here a little more laid back. I mean, I'm literally just going to include this. This is the start of our interview right here.
That works. That works.
That's how we do. I'm here with Cliff. Cliff, what's your full name? Because I always butcher your last
Clifton
name.
Panezich.
Panezich, and you're coming out of Ohio.
I'm from Ohio. I live in Las Vegas.
My man played some professional ball.
Correct. So I went the traditional route, you know, high school, college, 4 years of college, got signed as a free agent into like some low-level professional independent ball. Played 3 seasons, kind of had my career derailed due to injury.
Yeah,
stuck around. Story. Yeah, stuck around, played a little bit, but injury by rookie year was kind of.
What was it? What was you telling me last night? Where every time you throw a baseball,
the act of throwing a baseball is so humanly unnatural that you're like nanometers away from tearing everything in your shoulder every single time you throw a ball. Like when you think about it like that, you're like, it really, like subconsciously you're like very tentative sometimes, especially coming off an injury.
Stretch, guys. Especially if you're like me, you're going out to the beer league, I got a dart in my mouth, I'm trying to throw the ball around. It's like, okay.
So the interesting side point is it's actually, the damage doesn't occur from the throwing action, it occurs from the slowing down action.
Oh, fuck.
So it's trying to stop your arm from moving forward at a high velocity.
The momentum of it.
Yeah. So it's actually not this, it's from here to here where you're trying to stop your motion is what actually causes the damage.
There you go. Do you want to do, I do this with certain guests. I'm going to give you a rundown of my injuries. We're going to do a little comparison of injuries, okay? So
Let's do it.
I had a seizure concussion when I was skateboarding. Now I include that because it was just like, I literally had
Are we going in like chronological order?
I'm going to start from the top.
Severity?
I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. That's how I'm going to do it. Yeah, all right, so hit my head so hard skateboarding, I had a concussion, I had a seizure, which was scary for my friends that were there. Of course, I was skateboarding. Couldn't wear a helmet because that wasn't cool, Cliff. Yeah, you know. So we'll move on. These 3 teeth are fake.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go back and forth here.
Okay, you go. No, you go. Okay, yeah.
Because we have this lump here.
Yeah.
That's been there for 16 years because I got hit in the head with like an 85-mile-an-hour fastball.
Oh my fucking God.
Missed the helmet. Ball's coming in. I kind of tilted back, missed the helmet, and just squared me up.
I haven't noticed the lump until right now, so
that's because I haven't had it.
Okay. 85 miles. That's like.
Yeah, but a lot of times, like even the people here, like the first time we met, they didn't notice it, and they're like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "It's been there for like 20 years."
Holy shit. Okay, that's a good one. Okay.
Since we're comparing.
Yeah, no, I love it. So these 3 teeth are fake. Broken jaw.
Ooh, none of that. But I did get hit in the face with a ground ball. Hit a rock, hit me in the face, and I had braces at the time. I was in high school, and my braces got stuck. Inside of my lip, so I had to get stitches. So
and you're like,
not quite a broken jaw, but I got you.
I've had to do that rip out, like where the lip stuck to the
like the brace was inside of my lip. I was like, this is not good.
Not the best.
Not good, no.
Okay, broken dislocated elbow, surgery on it twice.
Okay, well, I have the torn rotator, 2 tears in my rotator cuff and torn labrum.
Okay, broken dislocated thumb.
I also dislocated my shoulder, broke my right wrist.
Yeah, this hand, every knuckle on this hand's broken. So, I mean,
I wonder what that's from.
Yeah, well, punching walls. Honestly, I'm not a big fighter, but I get mad at inanimate objects. I
used to do that. In my career, I would do that.
Yeah.
I'd be the guy in the dugout, like, with the rack for the bats and the helmets and...
Just going to town, baby.
I'm gonna show you why you make me strike out.
Somehow the wall keeps winning, Cliff.
Yeah, it's not. That's not a winning. I've never won that
fight. I gotta pick my fights better. Okay, your turn.
I do have this kind of same thumb. I was a catcher, so I got. We don't even know. We don't want to know what's wrong with my thumb, but there's not much going on. There's not much going on in there. Actually, there's nothing quite left in there, so that's problematic. At least arthritis, minimum arthritis.
Minimum, God bless. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. My shattered heel, which I told y'all about. So Take the walk of shame, guys. Don't jump out your ex's second story window so her roommates don't know you're there. Just walk out, okay? That's my advice for y'all.
Or land and roll.
Yeah, don't just hop out like an idiot.
Just don't jump in like, that doesn't work.
There was a way to do
that's where my injuries start though. So let's see, we got arthritis in the lower back, slip disc, degeneration in the left hip, left knee's bone on bone. We got something going on in both ankles. We don't really know. My one just pops and cracks and all day long. It's just like, normal shit every day.
I'm gonna tell you, you're the first man to beat me at this game. And I played it with SEAL Team Navy 6 guys and the Green Beret. And you've taken the trophy. How's it feel?
Not great right now. I just woke up a little bit ago, so not great yet. Okay. We're still in the warm-up mode of the day.
I feel that. Yeah, God forbid you sleep wrong. Back shot.
Yeah, you wake up, your foot hurts. You're like, oh, what'd you do? I don't know. I put it on the floor today.
I tried to walk. All right, my man Cliff, let's get into your story. Everyone so far has been talking about where they came from and what they're doing now, so let's kind of follow that. I'll let you start wherever you're comfortable starting.
All right, so obviously, we talked about that. I did the professional baseball thing, and after that, it's kind of where my life came off the rails a little bit. I chased a financial crime, so I ran a crime known as Operation Stolen Base, which they say is the largest sports memorabilia fraud in U.S. history. They also say it was about $2.5 million. We'll let others decide.
Sure.
But it was, I sold counterfeit sports memorabilia on eBay over about 5 years, and that's kind of...
And this was after you got hurt. And
so the funny part of the story is it was actually a legitimate business. I was, paying college players. I don't know if you know the Johnny Manziel story where he got paid to sign autographs.
Oh my God.
Part of that was my money. That story just came out in an Untold documentary. I knew about it like 8 years ago because the guys in Florida that did it hit me up to like finance part of it. So
no shit.
Yeah, I knew about all that. The players at Ohio State, I had players at Alabama, Penn State.
Yeah.
So funny parts of it is like while I'm in my baseball career, which you're not making any money in low level professional baseball. No. At one point I was like in a hotel room that I had to pay for, playing in front of thousands of fans, and I'm selling forgeries at night out of the hotel room to pay my bills, to like even be there while I'm chasing my own dreams. But that's not to justify like what I did or whatever. And after I get hurt and my career ends and I retire, like it snowballs out of control, and I'm facing, gambling and partying and women and the Vegas lifestyle and VIP and all that.
Certainly not the first, and you certainly won't be the last.
No, and that's I talk about my story a lot because it's a cautionary tale in a lot of ways for pretty much every athlete out there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good you are; it ends at some point. It ends at some point. Even if you make it to the highest level and you make millions, it still ends. Yep. And the mental side of it is still the same, where I identified as a ball player for 22 years of my life, and now I identify as, I don't know. And that's a big transition.
I think you're an advocate, my friend. I can see. I mean, you definitely still have the love of the game in you. I can see that, obviously. But, you've evolved.
Yeah, for sure. My experience going to prison and 6 years probably wasn't necessary.
That's right, 6 years. And I want, are you comfortable telling the story about the fella that was in court at the same time as you?
Yeah. So we're not literally people on the internet mistaken think I'm walking to court with him, which is not what I mean. We simultaneously were in front of the same judge. Our court's running, or our cases running.
Because the judge will call multiple people in front, and you're sitting there waiting to go up.
Well, it's not even like that. We were transported separate. We're just our cases are running simultaneously at the same time in front of her, and he was on a child grape case.
Yes, grape case. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, a 7-year-old child, and he got out on a $250,000 bail. Okay. While he's out on bail, he
burned the house down.
He burned the house down, and both of her grandparents and the child were deceased.
That's fucking.
And he's back in front of the same judge.
Wait, and what was your bail?
My bail on a forgery case was $500,000, so double his. Double.
Me. And what was your bail?
My bail was double, half a million. But then once he's back in on...
Just so everyone understands what we just said, this man was selling memorabilia, sports memorabilia, fraudulent, $500,000. This other fella grapes a 7-year-old kid, half the bail, guys. And then actually he got let out. Did you even have the option of getting out?
No, I couldn't. I I guess. I mean, the bail was $500,000.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, you had half a million.
But just for the record, the judge's name was Judge Maureen Sweeney. I always make sure she gets her 15 minutes of fame because she is still on the bench. Still sitting on the bench doing the same nonsense.
She's responsible for the death of that family, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And then the side note of it is once he's back in on the triple murder case, you know, we're filing for things that are like normal rights, like appear in court in civilian clothing, appear unrestrained, a change of venue. All of mine get denied, all of his get approved. So he's going to court, civilian clothing, suit, jacket, unrestrained. I'm going in orange prison garb, shackled around my waist, my ankles.
People would think that you're him.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
You would
like,
think I'm on trial for murder.
You got the Hannibal Lecter get up on, and they got this. Anyways, but I think you fucking laid it out for me super clear. Why do you think that is? It's because they know he's
on a capital murder case. So in a situation like that, they're very cautious to dot all the I's, cross all the T's, so that he can't win on appeal.
Right.
Which I agree with that. That makes sense. Preserve all his rights, so once he's convicted, it's over with. But that doesn't mean fuck all my rights because my crime's less serious.
Well, and then it's like you say, you know, you went in front. How much of your sentence did you serve?
All of it, every day.
Every fucking day. And that's because, guys, Cliff made it very clear to me. They will not let, if they think, okay, this guy's probably not coming back, they keep you there as long as they can. Whereas these repeat offenders you would see going forward.
Yeah, so I did all my time in the state of Ohio, and we have this thing called judicial release, which is kind of like seeing the parole board, but instead it goes back to the judge, and they have the option of letting you out early. And it was really a running joke where I was at, where guys that went to the parole board or back to the judge that were like model inmates, educated, not getting in any trouble, they're getting flopped, they're getting sent back, they're doing all their time.
Yeah.
Then guys that go up that are getting in trouble, they're into gang life, they're fighting, they're getting high, they go up and they get released. And it's a running joke to all of us inside that are like, you just know what's going to happen. But again, it's like you said, they know they're coming back.
Yeah.
When they come back, they get a new prison number. The state gets extra tax dollars every time you get a new number. And someone like myself, you know, I don't really do anything that's going to put me in a precarious position to go back.
Yeah, and just to be clear, like you told me you've never even been high.
I've never been high. I've never smoked a cigarette. Never been high. No weed. Nothing. I've never nothing. You know, I drank obviously, and I gamble, and those are my vices.
Yes, sir.
And you know, everyone has their own vice, and it's all in a different way. But no, I've never done anything like that puts me in a precarious position to go back, and they know that. So it's like, we got to get all the money out of you right now. And to be clear, in my 6 years, I spent $43,000 living in prison. Society will want you to believe all our tax dollars are paying for you to live a cushy life in prison. No, my family spent $43,000 in 6 years.
There it is. And so, fast forward, we're sitting here in NYC. What are you doing now, Cliff?
So I have an LLC reselling business. I do liquidation. I partner with a liquidation company. Have my own business. I employ felons, and really I only employ felons. I really take people in some precarious situations, and even have had them living in my home while working for me.
Good for you, man.
So it's not, you know, the full advocacy I'd like to be doing. It's a very at ground level, trying to change one life at a time type situation. But that's where it starts. It snowballs from there.
Yes.
And hopefully the business continues to grow, and financially I get to where I can do more public speaking. I'd like to speak to, you know, young athletes specifically, because that's so close to my heart and my way to like give back to the game. But also, you know, tell my story of like, hey, I didn't have a backup plan.
There it is.
I didn't have a backup plan. And that's not to say like I did good in school. Like I have a college degree, but I had no plan for, that was just the residual effect of I had to be there to play baseball.
That's right.
I wasn't like, I'm going to use my business degree to do this. I was just the outcome of it. And I had no backup plan. So when baseball fails, and really through no fault of my own, I get hurt. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Chasing money, alcohol, and women sounds great.
And we are driven by that invisible hand of, I need fucking money. You know what I mean? So I mean, come on in, Marcy. You come on in. We keep it chill here. Come on, walk right through the shot here, Marcy.
Sorry.
No, I think everyone here, Marcy, you guys know Marcy already. I think everyone here can relate to the desperation of waking up one morning and having, whether it's your dream stripped from you, or you got laid off, or a pandemic's just hit and you can't, go to work.
Right.
Whatever, you go, I need money, what am I going to do? And that's the sign of the times. That's the state of our society. But I think it's very clear you're out here doing grassroots, helping individuals that need help. Because the biggest thing with recidivism and falling back is these people come out, they don't know what to do, and no one gives them a shot.
I was going to say that not only do they not know what to do, I truly believe that when someone is given a legitimate chance,
hell yeah.
Now society and the system portrays that giving someone a legitimate chance is giving them their freedom, but that's not a legitimate chance.
That's part of it.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and we don't have to go that deep into it, but in Ohio they make you go through the halfway house, and that's your legitimate chance to find employment and everything, and it's not. They're taking a percentage. It's another hustle. They take a percentage of your paycheck. They hold your money. There's
no doubt.
The halfway house in Ohio was more restrictive than being in prison.
If
that even makes sense.
Wow.
Which it doesn't.
No.
But I truly believe you put a legitimate chance in front of somebody where they can make a livable wage.
Yeah.
And they want to do good. People don't inherently just wake up in the morning and are like, I want to be a piece of shit, or I want to commit crime, or I want to be addicted to X, Y, or Z.
Point. Yeah.
You don't just wake up like that. There's an underlying reason. And if you give somebody a legitimate chance with a livable wage, they usually take it.
And as speaking from an addict's point of view, I mean, no one chooses to be an addict.
Right. There's an underlying issue, and for me, I don't hide it that I'm a gambling addict.
Yeah.
I've
had my troubles with that too.
Yeah. So even though I don't understand substance abuse and I've never been high, I understand the mentality of it and the things you do, or the things you do to hide it, or the lies you tell, or stuff like that. Because that relates. That's the same in a gambling addict's mind. And when you start doing things where you're like, when you're hiding what you're doing from the people around you,
there it is.
It's
there it is.
It's an issue.
Wait till you imagine mixing some Bolivian marching powder with gambling. Oh boy. Especially if you make the mistake of winning. You're like, oh my God, this is the best. All right, Cliff, thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Where can the people find you?
My biggest platform is TikTok, Life After Prison. I'm also on Instagram, which is just my name, C Panezich. Same thing on Facebook and YouTube.
We'll make sure all the handles are below there, guys. Thanks again, buddy.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Boom. Nice. All right, thank you, dude.